and welcome to AWS Summit Online. My name is Richard Youssef, and I'm here with my colleague Richard Spaven. We are from the Amazon End User Computing Services team. Our mission is to enable end users to access corporate applications and data from anywhere, anytime, from any device. In today's session, Richard and I will walk you through the key services we deliver to our customers, the security of the Amazon End User Computing Service, and how we deliver desktop and applications as a service. So let's get started with some interesting statistics. The workforce has been changing for a while. 2020 has only accelerated the change. For example, before the pandemic, 70% of users globally were already working remotely at least one day a week. March 2020 evolved, and every single user was sent home to work remotely. Businesses had to change quickly to continue their workforce continuity and allow their staff access to corporate application data from home 5 days a week and 100% of their staff. Nobody was set up to do this. People were getting used to the work-life balance of working at home, as well as trying to manage being at home all the time. They were trying to create work-life harmony between getting their job done and being in the office. I don't know a single business where 100% of employees were working from home all the time before the pandemic. No company was set up to send all their staff home from an IT, culture, or HR perspective. 2020 taught us that we can just or even be more productive working from home. The shift has challenged companies to accelerate the future way of working strategy, or in some cases catch up, as the future is here. Looking at these long-term trends is more important than ever to start planning your workforce transformation to deliver end-user computing solutions that enable workforce agility, workforce continuity, and workforce security. For those of you who are new to end-user computing at Amazon, we have 3 core services. Amazon Workspaces is a managed cloud desktop as a service solution that provides end users with remote access to a virtualized but persistent Windows or Linux desktop. Amazon AppStream 2.0 is a managed cloud apps and desktop as a service solution that provides end users with remote access to their applications and non-persistent desktops. Amazon WorkDocs is our file sharing capability. There are 4 key reasons our customers choose to deliver secure access to their end users. First and foremost, we help our customers increase security. At AWS, everything we do starts with security, and the AWS Cloud and end user computing services are built for the needs of our most secure focused customers. With Workspace and AppStream 2.0, one of the critical features is that no user data is stored on a local device, which means it's less likely that your data ever leaks. Second, we help increase agility. Organizations need to scale up and scale back at a moment's notice. And they need to move their end user computing power to anywhere on the globe overnight. Our service allows you to roll out Windows and Linux desktops and apps anywhere in the world in minutes. And you can unroll them just as quickly. End user computing power where you need it the most. Third, we increase reliability. Running VDI on-prem is hard. When I talk to our customers about the uptime for the systems they have built over the years, and I tell them that we have a 99.9% uptime SLA, they understand the power of the cloud to improve end user productivity. Fourth, we help you save money. Because we run in the cloud at scale, we keep our infrastructure costs low and pass them on to you. We have a range of compute instances and bundles that help you find the right level of performance for your users at the right price. And of course, we are pay-as-you-go. No need to worry about buying service or licenses. Just pay for what you use. Don't pay for what you don't use, and get on with running your business. Underlying all of this, we are a managed service. With Amazon Virtual Apps and Desktop, all of the traditional virtual desktop infrastructure complexity, we do the undifferentiated heavy lifting of build and maintenance activities, and you can focus more attention on activities that help create business value. Considering a workforce transformation begins with identifying key use case for improvement. Here are 6 use cases where we see our customers having great success. The first is around flexible remote work for employees. Our customers are using end-user computing to provide a secure and rich remote experience by eliminating the traditional VPN bottleneck, and at the same time they are getting out of the business of provisioning, shipping, and managing physical devices by requiring their users to provide their own devices for secure desktop access. For contact centers and back office organizations such as Maximum and Mars BPO, they are using end-user computing to deliver cost-effective, follow-the-sun operations while protecting sensitive PI data to meet industry and government privacy regulations. Customers such as GE and Veolia have been migrating their business-critical Windows apps by virtualizing them on end-user computing app streaming services in order to deliver these to any device through a browser without costly app rewrites. And you think about today's design engineers, they desire much the same work-from-home endpoint device flexibility as their business colleagues. But because of the graphics and memory-intensive nature of their apps, this flexibility is limited. However, with end-user computing, we can deliver a workstation-grade experience from virtually any device without the dependency on high-speed LAN. And Samsung Engineering is an engineering firm doing this today. Another use case is developers and testers who are constantly re-imaging their machines and installing new builds. For example, with our solution, developers and testers are able to quickly recreate consistent development and test environments for rapid apps and end-user acceptance testing. And companies are using Amazon Virtual Apps and Desktop to build a scalable, repeatable M&A process to onboard on day one newly acquired users without having to have their apps devices attached to the parent company's network domain. I'd like to share just a few of the customers we've been able to help this year. 2020 really pushed us to scale with the needs of these workspaces of the largest global companies. For example, right here at Amazon, where we've been a critical part of adoption for COVID-19. As Amazon needed to work from home, scaled out our deployment of Amazon workspaces by a factor of 7, allowing us to deploy 3,000 additional workspaces per week, using it as a default onboarding mechanism for new employees such as Richard Spavin, so they can safely get access without coming to a corporate IT center. Our footprint went from around 25,000 prior to COVID-19 to over 100,000 today. LA County Internal Service Department enabled more than 30,000 remote workers with Amazon AppStream 2.0. One of the things we talk about at AWS and in end-user computing is global availability. Hancock is a CRM marketing business in Korea that offers consulting and development solutions for contact centers for 117 companies. They were able to deploy Workspace in 2 weeks to support work-from-home agents, and they've been able to save $500,000 per month in real estate. And finally, it's not just the global giants. It's some of the most innovative and disruptive companies that use us today. Grubhub leveraged Amazon Workspaces to ensure business continuity and support the safety of their employees by moving all departments to work-from-home model. They were able to scale from a handful of Amazon Workspaces to over 1,200 in 2 days, allowing 100% of their workforce and employees to be working from home, and accelerated their BYOD, bring your own strategy. That's why we have tens of thousands of customers and hundreds of thousands of users in every industry and every region. In Australia, we helped non-bank lender FirstMac, who quickly scaled up Amazon Workspace desktop as a service environment to keep its operations in Australia and the Philippines online during the pandemic. By the first week of March, FirstMac completed 2 rounds of testing and nearly 400 workspaces deployed without any user degradation in performance. Esri Australia is the exclusive local distributor of Esri's world-leading geographic information system software and a member of the world's largest group of ArcGIS specialists outside of the United States. Esri Australia have successfully partnered with AWS to deliver ArcGIS as a fully managed hosted platform using Amazon AppStream 2.0 to customer in Perth from our Sydney region with no degradation to the user experience. Unique to Amazon, we provide a cloud-managed VDI service enabling the global scale, reliability, security customers demand. Let's take a look at a traditional VDI platform. You as a customer have to secure this in a data center. You have to be responsible for the servers, the storage, the networking, the VDI control plane, as well as licensing this software. You may even deploy this in 2 locations to ensure you have high availability and business continuity. This takes a lot of work and teams to manage this environment. Customers have chosen to leverage the AWS cloud for their VDI solutions by lifting and shifting that technology onto our platform. So we take care of the data center, environment for you, the load balancing. However, you, as the customer, have to take care of the control plane still and all the host admin controls. You have to load balance the environment across multiple locations to ensure business continuity. Customers can choose to deploy Amazon Virtual Application Desktop and ensure we take care of all that environment for you. We'll take care of the data center, the host, the load balancing of the environment. We ensure business continuity and availability across multiple availability zones. We don't charge any licensing costs and ensure that you can then focus on the work that adds high value to you as a customer. With Amazon Virtual Apps and Desktop, all of the traditional virtual infrastructure complexity is abstracted away, enabling organizations to quickly design, provision, and centrally maintain user virtual apps and desktop at the image and policy level. By abstracting these discrete infrastructure layers, IT is no longer burdened with performing undifferentiated build and maintenance activities and can focus more attention on activities that help create business value. Amazon Virtual Apps and Desktop provides tools and policies IT can use to help control the cost of your managed service. These tools and policies include an installable cost optimization monitoring tool on the AWS console. The Cost Optimizer for Workspace analyzes all your instance usage data and automatically converts the workspace to the most cost-effective pay-as-you-go billing option depending on a user's individual usage. As an example, if you're on hourly and your user's using the service more than 83 hours a month, it will automatically convert that to a monthly billing option, which is the most cost-effective model for that user. AutoStop stops the workspace due to specific time of inactivity to enable less expensive hourly billing designed for users that don't spend their day on a workspace. Similarly, AppStream offers on-demand instances to help reduce costs. Also, to address costs, AppStream offers a variety of auto-scale up and down policy controls based on capacity utilization or a schedule. Let's give the end user control over their experience to perform tasks such as restarting their VM, change a bundle type, or adjust the disk volume size. In Amazon Workspaces, you can enable self-service workspace management capability for your users to reduce IT support tickets and provide users more control. Now over to you, Rich.
Thanks for that, Rich. I used to manage a desktop team that built and shipped PCs around APAC to offices without a WAN connection to head office. Finance blocked our buffer stock of new hardware for last-minute orders, and we're at the mercy of a 4-week lead time for new laptops. Typically, at 1 p.m. on a Friday, a manager would realize a new contractor would be starting on Monday and they needed a PC to be productive. If we were lucky, there would be a refurbished 4 or 5-year-old laptop ready to go. We would image and ship it out that day and hope that the couriers and customs processes were on our side and no damage would occur in transit. Frequently, despite overnight courier costs, it would take over 5 days before the device would reach the user. In the event of a dead-on arrival, the process would start over again. A slow 5-year-old laptop with a failing battery would then generate a support ticket, another shipment, and the chasing up for the return of the old hardware for secure destruction. Overall, the solution would delay productivity and drove insecure shadow IT. With Amazon EUC services, we provide the ability to rapidly deliver a secure, productive working environment straight away. You can provide secure access to your services from anywhere, anytime, on any device. We provide access from Windows, Macs, Android, iPads, and Chromebooks. From modern browsers such as Chrome, Edge, and Firefox, all you need is an internet connection. All your data remains securely in the networks you control. You control access to the resources that are needed to be productive, whilst AWS secures and manages and seamlessly scales the authentication and streaming gateways. No more firmware updates to load balancers. As your end user needs increase and decrease with acquisitions, projects, and growth, Amazon Workspaces and AppStream 2 will scale on demand and, when not needed, shrink back, keeping costs under control. AWS manage the data center infrastructure and scale the networking, compute, and storage. Amazon Workspaces and AppStream 2 already provide a high level of availability with native multi-AZ deployments. Workspaces and the associated directory connectors, by default, work across multiple AZs. You can place the supporting services such as Active Directory domain controllers, file servers, application servers in multiple AZs to ensure that HA is maintained for critical user experiences. Healthy workspaces are automatically snapshotted every 12 hours, giving you the ability to recover quickly from outages and bad patches. Now, with cross-region redirection, we provide further resilience for the most demanding scenarios. In the event of a failure, you can use DNS health checks or Route 53 combined with CloudWatch to automatically switch you over to your alternative region without users changing registration codes. The changes allow you to deliver workspaces with multi-region availability that aligns with your organization's DR strategy. You can now enable desktop view on your fleet. The new feature provides a full desktop experience and the ability to simultaneously use multiple applications with the advantages that AppStream non-persistence comes with, such as the security benefits of an ephemeral service, the lower costs that a non-persistent desktop provides, the use of APIs to create a consistent, repeatable build with seamless implementation and rollback. You can quickly enable desktop view on existing and new fleets for your users today. The customers who have requested the service are using it for contact centers. You cannot stop taking customer calls, so we enabled remote virtual contact centers with Workspaces and Connect, business process outsourcing, and labs for education and training. Universities found it more cost-effective to deliver remote labs with AWS and save costs by delivering elastic solutions. For remote support, virtual desktops provide an excellent platform to provide the tools for remote support, such as telephony, remote control, and access to underlying systems. For Bastion hosts, the ephemeral nature of AppStream provides a secure platform to act as a jump box to other systems. Use cases include systems administration and access to data stores with sensitive data. We provide over 70 different instance types and bundles, so you can provide the compute and graphics needed by your applications and users. In addition, we've got a lot of the key features that allow end users to visualize work with 4 monitors, work with the productivity tools your staff are used to, and with our graphics bundles, operate demanding CAD, video editing, design, and geospatial applications. Last month, we announced real-time audio-video support for video conferencing apps. With Workspaces and AppStream, you can communicate with high-fidelity audio with your conferencing apps your users are attuned to. You can now create media such as voiceover recording, streaming, with a webcam and audio. You can bring low latency, high performance file shares that with your applications demand with Amazon FSx. Last year at reInvent, we announced the beta of the Workspaces streaming protocol, and we are now full GA on this service. WSP is cloud native. That is, it's built from the ground up using microservices to meet the scalability and security challenges of the cloud. Microservices have enabled AWS to build more features at an increased frequency without service interruptions. The Workspaces streaming protocol improves interactivity in situations with unstable network conditions at global distances. With WSP, users can access their cloud desktops from locations where traditional VDI solutions would not work, such as offshore facilities, deep ocean ships, and highly disrupted Wi-Fi networks. The Workspaces streaming protocol enhances interactivity by dynamically adjusting the streaming experience based on user activity and network health. The high latency tolerances help you achieve data sovereignty requirements by increasing the distance your users can operate the services from and access sensitive data. Amazon Virtual Apps and Desktops help you simplify the deployment and ongoing management of end users' application and desktop streaming. There are pre-configured instances tailored for workloads, such as low-cost, secure Bastion hosts securely manage your environment. The new instance type will run your management tools, such as an SSH client, whilst keeping costs low. Productivity apps, but also high-end graphics, such as CAD, video editing, and geospatial. With Workspaces, you can have a dedicated NVIDIA Tesla M60 GPU. Also available on AppStream are the G4DN GPU optimized instances and the Z1D backed instances, which provide a high frequency, single threaded performance for HPC and analytics applications. You can rapidly and easily spin up the service using AWS CloudFormation templates to bring DevOps agility and automation to virtual application delivery. You also get a variety of auto scale up and down policy controls based on utilization or schedules. These policies allow you to provide for bursts in capacity at known times, such as the start of a working day or a university class. When the demand drops, instance numbers will be scaled in automatically. Real-time usage, performance logging, and monitoring of Workspaces and AppStream environments is available using AWS CloudWatch. AWS CloudWatch captures metrics such as Workspaces availability, health, connect-disconnect activity, and capacity usage reporting. Using APIs, you can automate repeated tasks such as workspace creation and assignment, image creation, deletion, instance start-stop, restore, and more. We have universities that use a classroom switch that calls an API to fully launch a functioning lab. There are customers and partners that have automated the end-to-end image creation and patching process through the use of APIs. In the case of a bad patch or a failed application update, the previous image version can be rolled back, reducing the risk to productivity and end-user experience. Healthy workspaces are backed up every 12 hours, ensuring you can restore your users to a known good point in case of an issue. You're already using desktop management systems and have spent time setting policies to secure your environment and enable productivity. Many customers accelerate their deployments by extending existing tooling to AWS for managing workspaces and configuring AppStream 2. In addition, Amazon apps and desktops can easily integrate with popular third-party systems and app management tools, such as SCCM, Microsoft AppLocker, and Group Policy. For profile management, use your existing tooling such as UEV, Liquidware Labs Profile Unity, Roaming Profiles, and Folder Redirection. Use your ITSM service to create workflows for your approval processes and the automation benefits that Workspaces and AppStream APIs provide. Build access requests with your workflow and service management tool of choice, and then use APIs to automate access and delivery of Amazon Workspaces and AppStream. Your ITSM tool will use your business logic and approval processes, whilst we seamlessly provide the services your users request, all without IT intervention. Integrate the workflows with your new employee onboarding process to provide a secure and productive start on day one. Use offboarding workflows to remove access to workspaces and ensure you're not charged more than necessary and keep your assets under control. A number of ITSM providers now provide out-of-the-box orchestration integration with AWS, including Amazon Workspaces and AppStream 2, which will accelerate your deployment. You can protect your applications, data, and infrastructure using AWS Workspaces and AppStream 2. All data is encrypted, including the pixel stream and keyboard strokes. PC over IP, data in transit is encrypted using TLS 1.2 encryption and SIG v4 request signing. The PCO-IP protocol uses encrypted UDP traffic with AES encryption for streaming pixels. WSP streaming and control data in transit is encrypted using DTLS 1.2 encryption for UDP traffic and TLS 1.2 encryption for TCP traffic with AES 256 ciphers. The authentication gateway and streaming gateway provide perimeter security and are managed by AWS. No application data touches your end user's devices, which removes one of the biggest barriers for BYOD. Data residency is maintained no matter where your users are operating from. You can control file, clipboard, and printing access according to your business needs. For data at rest, Workspace's storage can be AES 256 encrypted with AWS KMS integration, and if required, your own customer master key. For Workspaces, you can control access with the use of certificates, the source network address, and device type. Identity is now a core pillar of our customers' security strategies, including the use of cloud-based providers, which give MFA, risk-based access controls, identity provisioning, and AppStream 2 integrates with SAML-based federated authentication providers. And there are well-documented and supported integrations with the main cloud-based IDAM applications. Amazon Workspaces and AppStream use AWS VPCs, which allow you to control what applications and networks can be accessed, as well as integration with your broader network and security architecture. For Bastion hosts, we'll only allow access to the services needed, but you want to allow access to mail server, productivity apps, etc. for your general administration users. The applications may sit in AWS, on the internet, or accessible on-prem via a Direct Connect or VPN. You join the AWS Summit to learn, and you can keep the learning going after the summit with resources from AWS training and certification. We offer over 65 courses, many available free and on demand, as well as virtual instructor-led training. There are 4 new free online courses to help you accelerate your Amazon Workspaces and AppStream 2 journey. The links are in the session attachments. For those of you who are customers, try out the new Workspaces streaming protocol, in particular with your AV conferencing system, and maybe try out a video recording. AppStream 2 desktop view can be enabled immediately, so have a think about some use cases you could enable for your users and partners. For those not familiar with our products, or if you want a refresher, please take an online course at your own pace. Thank you very much for your time, and please do not forget to fill out the survey.